The sun had barely begun to rise over the dusty skyline of Lagos when Samuel Obiora rushed out of his apartment, shirt half-tucked, Bible under his arm, briefcase swinging wildly. The day was important. After 2 years of joblessness, countless rejections, and growing pressure from family and friends, today was the final interview for a prestigious engineering job at a multinational company. Everything depended on it. As he stepped outside, he flagged down a passing bus heading toward Victoria Island. He climbed in quickly and clutched his Bible tighter, whispering under his breath, "Lord, please, not today. Let nothing go wrong." But that prayer was barely uttered when a loud bang came from beneath the bus. It swerved slightly, then slowed to a crawl. The driver groaned, "Kai, the tire burst, oh!" Samuel's heart sank. He looked at his watch, 7:15 a.m. The interview was at 8 a.m., and the company's office was at least 45 minutes away without traffic. He jumped off the bus and looked around for a bike or taxi, but none were in sight. His chest tightened as panic clawed at him. God, why now? Why today? After everything? Minutes ticked by. Finally, a bike showed up, but the rider declined when Samuel told him where he was headed. "Oh, goddamn done blocked that road. Big accident. Whole road they jam. You know fit reach there now." Samuel couldn't believe it. His heart sank deeper. He began pacing. "Why, God? You know how long I've waited for this. Why would you let this happen to me today?" He considered giving up and going home. But something in him urged, keep moving. He found another bike willing to take a longer, alternate route. It was costlier, and he had to borrow airtime from the rider to call the office and explain. They weren't pleased. "You'd better be here soon, Mr. Obiora," the HR rep said curtly. By the time Samuel arrived, covered in sweat, dusty and 15 minutes late, he was certain the opportunity had slipped away. Still, he begged for a chance. Miraculously, they allowed him in. As he waited outside the interview room, another candidate, sharply dressed in a navy blue suit, turned to him and scoffed, You're the late one, right? You're wasting your time, bro. They hate lateness here. This job is already mine." Samuel tried to stay calm. He looked down at his scuffed shoes and whispered, "Lord, I don't know why you allowed this delay, but I trust you. You never make mistakes." When it was finally his turn, the panel looked tired and disinterested. One of the executives barely looked up. "You were late, Mr. Obiora. We're strict about punctuality. Is there a reason we should proceed?" Samuel stood for a moment, then spoke softly. "I understand your standards, sir, and I sincerely apologize. I won't give excuses, but I do believe that sometimes delays are divine redirections. I still believe I'm meant to be here." There was a brief pause. One of the older executives raised his brow, then said, "Go on, Mr. Obiora. Let's hear what you have." The interview went far better than Samuel expected. By the end, he was thanked and told he'd be contacted soon. He didn't know what to expect, but felt peace. Whatever the outcome, he'd done his best. 3 days later, he got a call. "Mr. Obiora," the HR manager began, "we'd like to congratulate you. You've been selected for the position." Samuel was stunned. "Wait. I thought I was disqualified for being late. We were about to offer the job to another candidate, the one who was on time. But something happened. After he left the building, he was arrested near Lekki Toll Gate. Turns out he was connected to a cyber fraud ring. The authorities had been tracking him. If you hadn't been late that morning, you would have been in the same interview room as him, and your name might have been linked to the investigation." The HR rep hesitated. "The timing of your delay actually distanced you from the entire mess." Samuel sat in silence. "He wasn't late," the HR manager said quietly, almost in awe. God was saving him. A few months before that day, Samuel was on the brink of depression. After graduating top of his class, he had high hopes of finding a good job, but every door seemed to shut in his face. He prayed, he fasted, he attended vigils. Nothing worked. His father, a retired civil servant, started avoiding conversations about his future. His mother just kept telling him, "Keep praying, God's time is the best." His younger siblings teased him quietly. His old classmates who had secured jobs would say things like, "Just be patient, something will come." But their eyes said something else. "We're moving forward, and you're stuck." He tried running a small tutorial business, but the income wasn't enough. He sometimes skipped meals just to save transport fare for interviews. He often looked up at the sky and whispered, "God, are you still there?" But he never stopped reading his Bible, never stopped believing. On particularly hard days, he would open to Romans 8:28. "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him." It didn't make sense back then, but now it did. A week into his new job, Samuel was asked to join a team overseeing a government-sponsored project in Abuja. It was a big deal. While reviewing files, he discovered that the man who would have gotten the job, if Samuel hadn't been late, had been part of a massive data breach that involved stolen government funds. Even more shocking, investigators later told the company that the fraudster had been targeting companies like theirs, applying under fake identities, hoping to gain access to confidential data. "If we had hired him," one of the directors told Samuel, "we could have lost millions. Your delay saved more than just your reputation. It saved this company." We often measure God's goodness by how quickly he answers our prayers. But God doesn't work on our schedule. He works on his own, and his timing is always perfect. Had Samuel caught that bus? Had the tire not burst? Had there been no accident on the road? Had he arrived on time? He may have sat side by side with a criminal. He may have been wrongly associated. His dream could have turned into a nightmare. But God stepped in, not by speeding things up, but by slowing things down. Samuel's inconvenience was God's intervention. Life often won't go as planned. You'll pray and not see instant results. You'll prepare and still face delays. You'll cry and ask why. But trust this, when God says wait, it's not punishment, it's protection. Samuel's story reminds us of something we all forget in moments of frustration. God is never late. He's never early. He is always on time. His timing is perfect. So, when your plans are interrupted, when the job doesn't come through, when the relationship ends, when you miss the flight, or the door closes, or the roadblocks come, don't immediately assume it's the enemy. Sometimes it's God standing in front of you saying, "Not this way, my child. Not this time. I'm saving you." Are you currently in a season of delay? Are you praying for a breakthrough that feels overdue? Do you feel like giving up? Take a moment to pause. Consider this. What if the no you're angry about is saving you from pain? What if the delay is setting you up for something better? What if the loss is making room for a greater gain? God sees the full picture. You only see a part. And what looks like a setback may just be divine setup. Say this aloud. God is not punishing me. He's preparing me. If I'm delayed, I am not denied. God is saving me from something I can't yet see. I trust him. Like Samuel, you may not understand now why things are unfolding the way they are. But one day, you'll look back and say with confidence, "He wasn't late. God was saving me." So keep trusting, keep walking, keep praying. Delay is not defeat. With God, even late arrivals lead to right destinations. And when you finally arrive, it will all make sense. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more faith-building stories. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.